Okay, so we are going to be talking about how to use ChatGPT to write MOUs, which is a memorandum of understanding. We'll talk about that in a second, or any other like letters or requests for things. Sometimes, as business owners, especially in childcare, we may be asked for something and we may be a little anxious or nervous about maybe moving forward with maybe a grant application or a partnership or something because we hear these things. Oh, we need an agreement in place. We need a letter of this, a letter of that. And we're not really sure where to go with that. And then people are spending a ton of money on consultants and lawyers when really they can use some of these tools to help them. I'm not saying ChatGPT or AI is a replacement for a lawyer, but I do think that you can prepare some documents for yourself using tools like this. So I do have the paid version of ChatGPT. If you're going to use it as much as I do, I would recommend it. It definitely works a lot better, but it has other features like being able to search all of your conversations. It'll remember things from other conversations to really help you with like longer term projects. But for the sake of today, we're going to pretend that a local gymnastics gym in our area has reached out to your daycare and says that they want to have a partnership where you bring your daycare kids for a field trip once a month. And in return, they get kind of access to your daycare kids, as in you pass out flyers and you send out emails and you get kids to come to their gym to either take classes or whatever for kids. And the other option is maybe like you maybe get a cut of that. Maybe you get 5% of any of the daycare parents or 10% or something, and it becomes a fundraising opportunity. So I'm just using this as an example where it's not necessarily a grant, it's not anything big, but you do want to kind of get something in writing just so everybody's clear on the relationship. And once you have these essentially these agreements, when you do go for bigger projects, when you do go for grants or anything like that, you can show, hey, I'm already working with other agencies, family serving agencies in the area. Even though it is quote unquote just a gym, it is someplace that's promoting health. It's family fun. I mean, there's a ton of benefits from partnering with something that is going to be positive for kids with their developmental milestones. So, okay, so create an MOU, and ChatGPT will know what that is, between my daycare. I'm just gonna call it Sunny Days Daycare in Maryland, and Happy Feet Gymnastics. The agreement will start immediately today. And don't even worry about the spell check. I've got long nails on today, so I'm having trouble typing it all. Start today, and per my daycare will get one free field trip per month for a 2-hour block of free play. And in return, we will share flyers on social media and email marketing to our daycare parents and network any referrals to the gym from us. The gym will offer a 10% discount to the participant, to the family, whatever. All right, ask any extra questions you need to create the MOU. Okay, now I did give a lot of information, but again, you have the information, you just don't know the template. You don't know the format. And that's where we get stuck. I don't even know what it's supposed to look like. And we start Googling and then we end up shutting down. So this way, you don't have to worry about it. Just put the information in there. And I always like to put this in here. Ask any extra questions. Talk to it like it's a person. So let's see what it says. So notice here, I didn't include the city or the gym location. So, you may have to go back there and add that. That's okay. It's going to give all the information. It's going to break it down, put it in the proper format. It's going to include any, stuff about termination and all of that, right? Once you have it finished, and again, it's not set in stone, so you can always go back and change it. What my suggestion would be is to copy it and go on and put it in a Word document. I would kind of get rid of any notes that the AI gives you. We usually have little sum in the beginning and end. Maybe put your letterhead on it. And then I would send this document. I wouldn't send a PDF. I wouldn't send a DocuSign. I'd send this over to them and say, hey, can you mind taking a look at it? I would send it to Happy Feet Gym and say, do you mind taking a look at this? Is there anything that we need to add, replace, or revise? Or remove? Yeah. Like, is there anything that we need to fix? And if they say no, great. Then go ahead and finalize it and you guys can go on and sign it. Another task that you might get charged with is like a letter of interest for something. So if there's a larger grant program, I'm just going to use for an example, create a letter of interest. Because again, you have the information. It's just sometimes the format we get stuck on. And ChatGPT is a great formatter for things. Create a letter of interest for my daycare, Happy Feet Daycare. Happy Feet Daycare to propose a grant, I guess, or proposal or an application, whatever, for a grant that is giving money for programs who serve children in very rural areas, specifically supporting with nutritional needs, and I don't know, fine motor, whatever the grant application is asking for. And it'll put something together for you. And you notice it'll be super professional. You might just have to fill in some blanks, but ultimately it will it'll give you something to start with. And I always recommend going back and double checking it later and just making sure that it has your voice, that it definitely is capturing your vision and what you're looking to do. You can always go back and edit it later. You can always ask it to revise it. Maybe you don't want the director there. Maybe you want to be the owner, whatever. And then same deal here. I would copy and then just make like another Word document, and then you can just kind of go through and edit it, and that might be a little easier for you. And just make sure that you take off the little notes for before and after. All right, that's it. Good luck.